What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are back to work on our BMW 435. As you guys see in the previous episode, we got a lot of it put back together. We put all the door handles on, got the entire car painted. Now it's time to do a couple of the smaller final assemblies. Like for instance, this headlight right here, we need to, well, actually we were kind of just missing these little clips that go on the back. And these things have a tendency to break because they do use red Loctite on it, and it kind of just spins this and it breaks the back of the headlight. So most of the time people that sell headlights, they'll cut them off, and we gotta just put the headlight on, put this bumper together. We are waiting on my brothers over at Motorhead. They are painting these little, this is for the windshield washer, the tow hook, and then the I'm guessing this is for the parking sensors. And that's pretty much everything we have to do in the front of this car. Oh, and we do also have to replace this front strut because this wheel is leaning in a little bit. When it got hit right there, I guess it kind of just pushed that strut in a little bit, but we got a new one, and it's actually in the back of the trunk. And we are also waiting on the side skirt. They are painting the side skirt, the rear bumper, and all of the front pieces, so we can pretty much get this car entirely done in today's video. Hopefully, like, the rear is super easy. Simply put the bumper on. I also got a new diffuser, put that on, and the car is gonna be complete. Before we get into this car, we do have a huge care package from Milwaukee, so let's go ahead and check out everything we got. So I know a lot of you guys were asking, like, where's our tools at? Where's our tools at? So we pretty much gave everything that we owned to the boys over at the other shop, and now we just got all new stuff. And man, there's a lot of tools in all these boxes, so let's get to unboxing. So we are gonna start with the smallest package first. Check this out. Man, this is the best thing in the world. It's like Christmas all over again. And check it out. We got, first thing we have is nice screwdrivers. Ooh, we actually got 2 sets of screwdrivers. That's perfect. You never know whenever you might need 2 flatheads for something. Let's go ahead and set those aside. Ooh, we definitely needed some new safety goggles because I know I don't really like using them. That's freaking sick. And then we have our nice little work light. A lot of people are complaining. They're like, why are you using your $1,000 iPhone? Well, I was waiting on this Milwaukee light. We also have this insane 75-piece toolkit. Man, this is perfect, especially since I love working on BMWs. Has all the perfect torques, and it's just nice. And you know, it's really high quality because it is Milwaukee, and we've been using them forever, and everything lasts forever. So let's go ahead and get that out. We have 2 batteries. I'm guessing these are for the little impacts that are in the bigger boxes because this box is heavy. Let's keep getting all the goodies out. Man, check out these new sockets. Hopefully this 10mm doesn't get lost. And we also picked up, these are some of their new design sockets. As you can see, it's like a nice square right there, which is pretty cool. So that was the little box. This is like all the smaller things. Now let's get into the bigger box. I'm guessing this has all the bigger impacts and stuff in here. And you guys know, we definitely love, ooh, check this out. We got a bunch of pliers right here, vice grips. Man, these are freaking nice. I remember we bought some from Harbor Freight and they were absolutely terrible. They just keep breaking. But check that out, nice 5-pack. These will definitely help us out on the Mustang build. Let's continue going. Ooh, we got some hole saws also. Check that out, 9-piece. These are actually really good. I probably used around like 50 of these on that Mustang when I was drilling and cutting stuff. Let's put that aside. We got a bunch of batteries in here. Heck yeah. We'll never run out of juice. More clamps. It's freaking sick. These things are just amazing to use. And here we have, ooh, this is a nice little impact socket set. So now you guys can't complain that I'm using chrome sockets with an impact. But let's keep on going, keep on digging. Ooh, this is the guard for the big impact that I'm guessing is in this big box over here. But let's keep it moving. Man, check this out. This thing is, I've seen these on Instagram. These things are freaking sick. Let's see if, put a battery in here and see if it'll. That is nice. That is gonna make our job over here so much easier. Set that aside. Ooh, the fuel M12. This thing is, let's open it up. We definitely needed one of these because as I said earlier, we're not gonna be using a lot of air tools, and bam, we got an impact. Now if we need to unscrew a tire or unloosen a really stuck bolt, we got it. Now we get into the, ooh, these are the stubbies. I absolutely love these bad boys. They are small. Let's go ahead and open it up. That is nice. It even comes with a nice little carrying case. Dude, Milwaukee is some of the best tools I've ever used in my life. Check it out. There it is. This thing is, these right here are so freaking strong. Sometimes you don't even need to use that because you have this small one. Like, it'll bust a lug nut. It'll do everything you need it to. Check that out. We got that, and then we have some 4.0 batteries in here. Man, I am just so freaking excited to put all these new tools to use. And then we have their new socket set. That is awesome. Let's go ahead and bust this open. Check it out. Check that out. Let's see, where's my screwdriver? Dude, that is freaking sick. And these are their new tools that they just came out with all the square ends right here. I'm guessing that's just something new that they came out with, and it looks like it's gonna be fun to use. So that's the first two boxes, and we already have a lot of tools now. This is the heaviest box. Let's see what we have in here. More clamps, extra charger. Oh, that's the rapid charger. That thing's gonna charge up fast. Got more batteries in here, which is freaking perfect because you never want to run out of power whenever you're working on cars around here. Check this out, more clamps. These are like the big jaws. That is freaking sick. We got a lot of these in here. These are definitely gonna help me a lot when we're getting back on that Mustang here soon. Then we have more clamps. Ooh, check what we have right here. Another impact. Well, this is like a cordless ratchet. I think it's similar to that one. Oh, this is the smaller one. See, this one's a little bit longer, and this is the smaller one. That's nice. And we also have another full tool set. I guess this is the 1/2-inch drives. Sick. We got the small one, we got the big one, and now we come to another impact. Dude, this is insane. And I'm guessing this is the smaller version of the other stubby impact. This is the M12. Yep, it is the smaller 1/4-inch drive, which is perfect. You always want to have a bigger one and a smaller one. Man, they just feel so good in your hand, especially like when you're unscrewing something. Man, we got all that to the side. And then, ooh, a grinder. Well, I think we used one of these over at the other shop. Let's go ahead and open it up. And got a little bit of weight to it right there. Ooh, that is nice. Yeah, so this is another little grinder. And these things are actually quite powerful, especially like whenever you're cutting small things. It's just perfect. And now we got another impact in here. Oh, see, this one actually uses a bigger battery. I've never seen one of these before in my life. That is nice. And it has 2 speeds. That is a pretty cool impact. I've never seen one of those before. And last but not least, we have the 1/2-inch impact drives right here. That's cool. It comes all the way from a 10mm all the way to a 27. But that is nice. Pop these bad boys open. Now that is clean. We got everything we possibly could ever need to rebuild any car in the whole wide world. As you can see, guys, I absolutely love Milwaukee. I've never had an issue with them. And honestly, if you're on the verge of like buying any tools, make sure you check out Milwaukee.com before you go anywhere else, because these are some of the best tools I've ever used personally. We've been literally using them probably for the past 5 years. Every single one of my builds has had a Milwaukee worked on it. And guys, the only thing that kind of sucks right now is our toolboxes haven't arrived yet to store everything. But honestly, it looks pretty cool just sitting on the floor right here. Now it's time to pretty much just break these things in and get that BMW done. So now that we got the exciting part of the video done, now what we need to do is start working back on this car. And I want to get this headlight on, go ahead and line everything up, make sure everything turns on, because that is a used headlight, as you can see from all the drawing on it right there. So let's pop this bumper off and get this new headlight installed on the car. And we're gonna go ahead and pop in the grills and everything else and the fog lights. bumper back on the car. I kind of just put it on there just to see how this headlight lines up, and everything lines up beautifully. We still need to get these things painted right here, so I didn't fully secure it, but the headlight lines up good. Everything is lining up perfectly. And we did also just go ahead and install these right here. And I did go ahead and install the fog light version because there was just a cover right here, and I thought it was just made like that, but I popped the cover off and it turns out it will work on the car, so we'll just have to order an extra harness for the fog lights. And I think it looks pretty cool with the fog lights, and it's also going to help the performance of the car. So the front end of the car is pretty much ready to go. All we need to do is wait on these sensors to get painted, and also the tow hook cover and the windshield washer housings. And once all that's painted, I think they're painting it right now as we speak, so tomorrow we can come in and we can finish up the whole entire front end and also button up the rear end, and the car will be done. So guys, it's been a couple of days. We finally got everything painted. The boys over at Motorhead Crew, they got all of our sensors painted in, and also we did get a lot of parts from BMW. Here is the wiring harness for the front bumper, all the sensors, and then a couple other little brackets. And then here's all of our nice sensors that all got freshly painted. Check that out. We got those painted, and we also have these little things painted. So now it's time to go ahead and take off this bumper, put all this stuff on, and then button up this front end for good. The entire front bumper all back together. We put all the sensors in and the washers for the windshield wipers. I honestly don't know why they put washers on these cars. It just looks ugly, and I don't think I've ever used it on any of the other BMWs we had. But we got everything on. I'm pretty glad we went with the fog light option. It looks pretty clean down there. We will have to buy an extra wiring harness for the fog lights, which isn't gonna be too expensive, but we'll do that later. And now that we have the entire front end back together, it's time to move on to the rear of the car. We do have the bumper. We kind of already just clipped it on because we kind of don't have any stands right now at the new shop. So we kind of clipped it on, but the boys over at Motorhead, they did a fantastic job painting out the entire bumper. Now what we need to do is put on this diffuser right here. I bought this little aftermarket bad boy. It was like $100, and the other one was a little, I mean, the other one could have been fixed, but this thing looks a little cooler, and then it also has this actually real vent. I thought it was fake at first, but we got this, and then just pop all the sensors in and pop the taillights on, and the rear end is also done. So let's get this rear bumper on the car. So get the rear bumper on, we put all the sensors back in there, and man, does that balance just look so much better. The factory one is just basically just like this, but just no little fends, and I think that looks good. I think it was like 130 bucks. So it's pretty cool how little small mods will just change up the look of the car. And we are still missing this exhaust tip, but I think I'm gonna do a full exhaust on this car because this is the 435 with a good engine in it, so it makes some pretty decent power. Now what we need to do is go ahead and put our side skirt on it, and the whole car is done. So there it is, guys. The BMW 435 is pretty much complete. We have a couple more things that I'm gonna have to do off camera. Honestly, it's like boring. I gotta adjust a couple gaps, adjust a little small things. You know, it's a rebuilt title vehicle, so there's a lot of small things that you're gonna have to work over the time. And I also got some little bit of mods I'm gonna put on it later. But honestly, guys, anybody can really rebuild a car. I mean, you know, I started when I was like 12, just started fixing cars, and I flipped over probably like 35 cars before I actually started YouTube. That's what I did before. And it's pretty simple. I mean, sometimes it gets really frustrating and annoying, but in the end, it's always a good result. But now that this car is complete, let's go check out the Mustangs. So as you guys know, we did buy this 1965 Mustang right here. And a lot of people were confused. This car right here is going back 100% original, except Coyote 5.0 engine and some suspension mods on this car. And a lot of people were wondering what's going on with the Coyote or the fastback Mustang. This is the fastback Mustang right here. And I'm honestly thinking about buying an entire full frame chassis for this car. It's pretty pricey, but I think it will be worth it, and we'll probably do that a little bit later down in the year. Once we get that Mustang done and get that one driving, then we'll probably hop back on this one. We'll just slowly start accumulating all the parts, so just 1 month we can just pound this thing out and build the coolest Mustang ever. As you guys probably seen, I did try to do a lot of custom work on this car. Built one frame, failed. Well, I didn't really fail, you know, I got a lot of experience out of it, and I kind of got the hang for it. You know, it's not easy to do. Like, it takes people years to figure out how to build a custom frame. And I tried it, and you know what? I didn't get too far, but I made it. I did a lot of good work, you know. Trial and error is the only way to if you're not making mistakes, you're really not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? And I'll probably work on this car behind the scenes maybe, and then once we get it to like a rolling chassis, then we'll bring it back on the channel. Because I really don't want stale content out with, like, you know, we're just cutting stuff and welding it and it's just not going anywhere, because it takes hours. I'm talking hours to like custom design anything. And that's pretty much it on this fastback. And as you guys seen in the beginning, we did get a lot of Milwaukee tools. We pretty much have every tool to fix and rebuild the car, and we're just gonna keep stacking them up in our new shop, and it's freaking awesome. We have zero distractions over here. Can't wait to start working on this 1965 Mustang. This is like the first year Mustang they came out with. I think it was 1964.5, so this is like a half a year later. This is like one of the first generations, and honestly, I kind of love the notchback look. Like, I like the fastback, but the notchback also is a very cool looking car. And once we get this thing modded up, we're gonna do tasteful mods, nothing too crazy, just a nice simple driver that we might even either give it away or sell this car in the future to one of you guys if y'all want it. All right, guys, that's gonna be a wrap for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed all the content we've been making lately. If you enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button. Also follow us on Instagram at Vtuned. Thanks for watching.